87th Street, and from Cottage Grove over to about State Street. Those are new residents that we acquired with the remap. And the traditional boundaries, of course, is the Bishop Ford Expressway to the east and almost State Street to the west. And we go from 87th Street all the way down to 138th Street now. And like I said, we have Burnside Community, Chesterfield, West Chesterfield, Roseland, Rosemore, Allgale, Riverdale. So, we have a host of wonderful communities in the Ninth Ward.
So you're kind of expanded.
Oh, definitely expanded.
South and north.
Right. Well, we actually went more north from the area from 99th Street to 87th.
Awesome.
is the new area that we acquired.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, that's good. And then again, the number was there, and I'll put it back up again in a little while. If you want to reach the alderman, or you can call him in his office. What else can we get into? I know we were talking about this very exciting concept that you have in your ward. It's the Gotham Green Rooftop Garden.
Right. Well, we're really excited about having Gotham Green come into the area. Gotham Green is based out of Brooklyn, and this will be their first indoor greenhouse in the city of Chicago. And we have a wonderful company called Method, which produces home cleaning products. And they have actually it's about 150,000 square foot building that they're building right behind Walmart. And they'll start producing home cleaning products at the end of December. And on top of that building, we were lucky enough to get Gotham Green, which will be the world's largest indoor greenhouse.
Wow.
We're talking about producing between 60 and 70,000 heads of lettuce a week
Wow.
out of this greenhouse. And we're really excited. It's creating jobs. We know we have a food desert in the area that Walmart came in and plugged a hole right in the food desert. So Gotham Green will be able to grow fresh produce and package it and deliver it right across the road to Walmart, which will drive the cost down, and you will get longer usage out of the products that they're growing, because most people don't realize a head of lettuce, by the time you purchase a head of lettuce, it's been picked 14 days by the time you get it. Now you'll get it the same day or the next day. And so you will be able to get 14 more days out of a head of lettuce, because once you get it, most of the time you get 4 or 5 days out of that one head of lettuce.
Right.
But now you'll be able to get 15, 16, sometimes 20 days out of a head of lettuce, and that's a cost savings. And it's just not lettuce. They're going to be selling greens, parsley, tomatoes, and all type of fresh produce that will be grown out of the world's largest indoor greenhouse. So we're really excited about having Method and Gotham Greens in the Ninth Ward. Awesome.
Well, that's exciting, and we can maybe talk a little bit more about it. But right now we have a caller on the line. Caller, what is your question?
Alderman, I'm a cab driver in the city of Chicago.
Yes.
And so, as you know, the taxi fairness ordinance has been introduced by the mayor and the commissioner of DACP, and asked me. And this ordinance will help thousands of drivers. And although I don't live in your ward, I certainly have serviced your ward, because many seniors rely on cab drivers, and also the hospital and some of the programs of the hospitals rely on cab drivers to get their patients to and from the program. And so my question for you is, when will you be calling for a hearing on the ordinance so that it can be voted on?
Right. I really appreciate that question. And let's not forget that I am a co-sponsor of that particular ordinance, and I am chairman of the Transportation and Public Way Committee in the city of Chicago. And so I co-sponsored that particular ordinance, and we're looking at having a hearing as early as Monday or Tuesday of next week. And so if you're really interested in coming down, we'll probably be posting it tomorrow or Thursday about the exact times, but we're looking at Monday or Tuesday of next week to have a hearing on that, and hopefully we'll vote on it at the very next city council meeting. So thank you.
Well, caller, thank you for that question. We have another call on the line. Caller, what is your question?
I'd like to ask Alderman, how many people in our community have those Walmart jobs? Because I was told that we're supposed to have 400 jobs at Walmart, and I want him to go on the record and tell them exactly how many, according to it on the internet, because the internet says it's got 140 of those jobs go to us. I want him to go on the record and say how many it is. Thank you.
Okay, well, first of all, there's nothing where a company has to hire from a particular community. When Walmart first opened, Walmart hired over 250 people from the community, the surrounding community, and it was a total of 400 jobs. And let's not forget, Ross also added jobs, Planet Fitness. We also have Dollar Tree, and then we have City Sports, and then with the new company Method coming in, that's another 100 and so jobs, and then Gotham Green is going to be another 40 or 50 jobs. So we're creating thousands of jobs out of the development that Walmart anchored. And let's not forget that if Walmart had not been the store to anchor that particular site, all that development would not be taking place. And right now we have spent over $110 million in just that development alone. That's a huge investment in public-private partnership when you start talking about creating jobs and actually redefining a community. And so we're really excited about what Walmart brought to the table and everything else that is bringing along with it. So we're happy that we're creating thousands of jobs here in the Ninth Ward.
Great. Caller, thank you for that question. That greenhouse is very interesting, and the company, we can talk a little bit about it maybe later if we have time, but there's another very interesting topic that you mentioned, national park. Can you talk about that, please?
Well, we're hoping within the next 30 to 45 days that the president uses his executive authority and sign Pullman as the 402nd national park. Chicago doesn't have a national park at all right now. This will be the first national park in the city of Chicago, and it will be right here in the Ninth Ward in the Pullman community, from 103rd to 115th, from the railroad tracks to about Cottage Grove. And what that will do is, once the president signs a national park into law, we have to aggressively build hotel chains, restaurants, and different shops, because people travel across the country to visit different national parks. And we will be designated or designation on the federal roster as the 402nd National Park. And we're anticipating over 300,000 people visiting the Pullman community every year once this is done.
Wow.
And we're also looking at creating another 300 jobs with this national park designation, which is very important. But I think more importantly than that, with the 300 jobs, it's going to generate between 35 and $40 million in annual revenue that's going to be coming out of the Ninth Ward in the Pullman community. So when you start talking about we're creating jobs, we have national parks, we've done a great job with education, we're building parks and revitalizing parks. So we're doing a lot in the community, and the residents of the Ninth Ward should really be proud of themselves for standing with me to get all this activity going here in the Ninth Ward.
Caller, thank you for that question. I'm sorry, we have another caller on the line. What is your question? Hello?
Yes, please. Hold on.
Okay, we couldn't hear that question, caller, so let's keep talking. Is he back on? Caller, what is your question?
I actually had a different question.
Yes.
I was curious about, with the increase in the minimum wage, if you're concerned that you're talking about these jobs that are being added by Walmart and all this development, are you concerned that your ward is going to lose any of those jobs because of the increase in the minimum wage, or what's your sense from talking to them about what will happen?
Right. Well, most statisticians will tell you that increasing the minimum wage would not have a reverse impact on jobs. And so we're creating jobs every single day. And so it's real important that we make sure that people are working and can survive. Right now, people just were not able to survive on $8.25. And so we created a higher minimum wage, and hopefully people can get a little bit of relief. And then they will, in turn, spend more money, which will help the overall economy and make the economy grow. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to continue to spend money, have extra money, to be able to put food on the table, be able to pay rent and send their kids to school and do different things. But at the same time, create more jobs and grow the economy. And then that way you will see where government will start flatlining, where we won't have to increase fees and taxes and things like that. And so it's real important we understand that increasing the minimum wage will not have a reverse impact on our economy.
Caller, thank you for that question. We have another caller on the line. Caller, what is your question?
Good evening, sir. My name is Namdi Wazi. I am a cab driver. I have concern about the cab drivers' fare ordinance because I believe that it's going to give myself and people like me a lot of relief. So I thank you for the whole thing, and I'm interested and wanted to know when it's coming up and what the city have to do to pass the ordinance.
Right. Well, you can rest assured that we're calling on hearings. I don't know the exact date yet. We're going to post it either tomorrow or Thursday. But we're looking at having a hearing Monday or Tuesday of next week, and I will be happy to have you come down and testify before the committee. It is open to the public, and that is our main goal, is to give cab drivers relief. I've been a huge advocate for cab drivers in the cab industry, and I really believe that there's been too much regulation on the cab industry, and those regulations have been really, handcuffing the drivers from making extra money. And so, since I've been chairman of the Transportation Committee, I've been advocating on behalf of the cab drivers and the cab industry to find a way to loosen those regulations to put more money in cab drivers' pocket, because they're working hard every single day. They're driving long hours, and government was just choking the cab industry with regulations. So hopefully this ordinance will give you some relief. So rest assured, relief is on the way.
Great, caller. Thank you for that question. We have another caller on the line. Caller, what is your question?
Yes, my question is for Alderman Anthony Beal. For the young people that's committing these crimes and the neighborhoods, what kind of training are you willing to come up with them so they will be able to get these jobs or be able to be productive in their neighborhoods? Because a lot of the young people committing the crimes and all this violence and shooting, if there was any type of training for them, maybe they would reconsider what they're doing in the neighborhood.
Well, you're exactly right. And a lot of that goes back to education. And so I'm not sure if you've been following a lot of things we've been doing in the Ninth Ward, but we have a 138,000 square foot indoor sports training facility that we broke ground on early this year. That facility is going to train kids year-round on sports, but at the same time, we have a tutoring component in that building. So we're looking at over 1,200 kids coming through this facility every single week. And those kids, if they need tutoring, if they need ACT training and things like that to be able to put themselves in a better position to get a better education, that's what that facility is going to be there for. So it's going to be open to everybody, and it's real important. But, we don't have a lot of community centers in our area like we had years ago, but this is a enormous building that will be open in September of next year. And again, it will house about 1,200 kids per week to come through there. And you're exactly right. We have to do better as far as doing job training, job placement. But Metropolitan Family Services on 103rd, right off of Prairie on 103rd, they have job training. They have job placements. We do the best we can to put people in positions to be able to get better jobs. The Gotham Green, those are entry-level jobs where people can get training as far as agriculture and things like that. Method, a lot of those are entry-level jobs. However, there's some high-end jobs at Method also, because a lot of those jobs, you have to have a mechanical background. So hopefully those people start off entry level and be able to train on the job to be able to get that mechanical engineering degree to be able to provide a better income for their families and be able to succeed in life. So we're trying to approach the war from a holistic standpoint: jobs, education, fresh produce, sports, you name it. We're trying to bring all those things together, and they are, if you really look at what we've been able to accomplish, we are accomplishing those goals.
Caller, thank you for that question. We have another caller on the line. Caller, what is your question?
Hi, thanks for taking my question.
You're welcome.
Okay, so my question is about the camera lights, the ticket traffic lights. I read a report about a month ago, and it said that there was some consideration because they felt that the yellow lights were slightly short of the city standard of 3 seconds. Could you tell me if that's correct?
Right. Well, it wasn't a couple of seconds. It was like 0.01 seconds. And what happened was the Inspector General's report came out and showed that some cameras, the yellow light was a lot shorter. When I say a lot, 0.01% shorter. So that's a blink of an eye. However, they attributed that